post the advisory.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Let me turn on my microphone. Okay. I'm refreshing my freaking. Ha!
No. Do.
Copy the link. Copy the
There.
link.
Yay.
Copy link.
Uh,
Okay. Paste. Go watch the
oh, yeah.
live.
So in other news, uh, there was a poll about which series that people like better, Star Wars or Star Trek. Obviously, I picked Star Trek, but I gave my reasons. And then after I said my whole reason, somebody came in and I was like, "How are you going to say Star Trek is better than Star Wars when they have Darth Vader?" I was like,
Bruh.
"I'll tell you, bro." I mean, I get you, but I don't know.
Nah, Star Wars just has all the flash and the bang and the whoosh wah woo.
It's like Dragon Ball versus One Piece. Dragon Ball has a lot of more iconic spectacle, but I'm sure if I sat down and read One Piece, it would be a better story. So,
Yeah.
so you know. But
I am a menace to society.
also, audience who may or may not be in, I can't see the screen right now. Go play Baldur's Gate 3. Do that. It's a really good game.
All right.
If you like
Yeah.
D&D, go play it.
No worries. Some of us will be
Go
checking on
play
the
Guild
chat.
Links. If you have the Apple Arcade, go play Guild Links because it's so good. And god damn it,
Oh, I'll be checking on the chat. I just need to load it up.
Gotcha. And audience, in case people want to ask why I don't have an icon, I'll have an icon when I'm good and ready. All right.
When he reaches
Yeah.
his evolutionary form.
Yeah.
I am
Alright.
back. Sorry, my dad needed me real quick, and it's also raining because finally monsoon season decided to hit.
Hey, we're about to get a thunderstorm over here, which.
Woo! Monsoon season, bitches.
Mhm.
It's like the one time of the year that we're getting rain here in AZ, but this year was kind of dry for the most part, so you know.
Once the chat gets loaded, we can get started, and it's about to get.
Yep.
Well, I updated the socials.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's bachelor party. Oh wow!
Oh boy. I'm just so happy you guys don't have to blame me for adding a Spider-Man topic this week. This is
Wait,
on Austin.
oh wow! Oh, that's right. He did say he wanted to do this.
I swear, Austin, I wonder, are you going to be reading the next issue, the next couple issues? Because it's hinted at we're going to get like a Raven centric story.
Oh, he's not here.
Raven. What?
Yeah.
I'm just saying this right now for the audience. 2 more days. 2 more days. And I am going to be a menace on every single social media there is.
Woohoo.
And no one's going to be mentally prepared for that.
Not if I stop. Not if I stop.
Nope, because I'll do to you like I did to Austin in the art.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. You're lucky that you're not a wall, and I can't put you back together.
Is it true?
Okay.
Wait, how do I? Wait. I just want to get in the stream. How do I can do it. Okay, fine. I'll just have to be my alter ego. Oh, there it is. Okay, we can get started. Well, actually, we can't. Went missing.
Okay, let's wait a bit for Austin to come back.
God damn it, Austin.
Bear with us, audience.
I'm right here. What are you talking about? This is not talking.
Oh, okay, back.
Okay.
Okay, so ready to start off? Gotcha.
Yes.
Ready to start off? Okay. Welcome to Comic Fanatic 2.0. You're here with me, Cryptid Zeker 415. Was hoping to talk about an amazing wedding. Instead, I'll have to talk about an abused Peter Parker again.
What else is new?
My name is God, Austin just disappeared on the stream. Anyway, my name is Jake Tylenol, the Gryffindor turned Slytherin, the warrior who walks to Baldur's Gate, and that's all I got. So
Ace Comics 3685. Our editor ain't shit. Like this dude's getting on my nerves. He don't want to read books. He want to get other jobs. It's getting bad.
yeah.
I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, and 2 more days, guys. 2 more days.
Yeah.
You know why. You should know why.
All right, but let's get started.
All right. Who wants to start us off?
Not it. Nose goes.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Look up the topics. Scroll up media news. Wonder Woman 3 actually not
Wonder
happening.
Woman 3 not happening.
What?
It's happening.
No,
Nope. I'm already doing it. I'm already
you have to
doing
say
it.
it after me so you can contradict me in rhythmic fashion. But it's too late now. Go ahead.
Wonder Woman 3 not actually happening, but happening. Basically, it's just going to be a standalone sequel to the last movie. It's not going to be connected to any other James Gunn product or any new thing. For some reason, he just want to finish it.
No, I'm all for
That
telling
is,
you if there's a story to tell. But after the last movie, like what? Like, are you sure? Like,
I still haven't seen Wonder Woman 1984. I still haven't seen it.
Based on what we hear, there's not a story to tell. He just like Gal as Wonder Woman, so he just want to do Wonder Woman.
This is just more confusion, honestly. For the audience.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think it's confusing. They said it's not connected. The movie's going to show it's not connected. It's always going to be it.
No, I was expecting like Blue Beetle to kind of be like the final movie where, okay, this is the movie that's going to somewhat connect to James Gunn's universe, and every other DC movie that James Gunn mentions are going to be in the shared DC universe, are going to be interconnected. But now you're throwing this curveball of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman 3 happening that's not going to be connected.
Yeah. That doesn't change the fact that he said the first movie of his franchise is going to be Superman. Like nothing before that matters that much.
As long as but I, as a not general audience, I don't know how aware they are of the intricacies of these shared universes.
Honestly, I don't think too much
the
about
general
it.
audience has enough sense to go to Google.
Do they have enough? They have enough urgency to care. Is basically what it is. Like, oh, it's Wonder Woman.
We don't care. It's more on them than on. It's not confusing. You literally just do 5-second search.
It's not. It's a very simple Google search. The problem is you do have people who just won't care enough to Google it, and that's what I'm worried. Now, maybe it won't affect anything. That's true. Maybe it won't, but doesn't mean it can't. So, I don't know. I don't know. For me, it's just hard to. Sometimes I would like to know what it's like in the mind of a general audience viewer, but that's it.
Well, it is what it is, I guess. Hope for the best for this film. We discussed this in a previous recording, right? That what we expected out of Wonder Woman 3 film. I just say go all in. Bring as many of Wonder Woman's closest villains you could think of into this one final film, just to leave it off with a bang. Bring in Cersei, bring in Giganta.
Usually when you do that, the movie turns out bad.
Yeesh. Well, it'll just be another bad DC film out of dozens. So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any further thoughts on this?
No, not really.
Okay.
I have no opinions.
Gotcha. All right then. If we're done with that topic, let's move on. I'll take this one. Marvel's next Legend Waves reveals Goliath's suit. This kind of just confirms to me that we're not going to get like an actual anybody else from the Ant-Man lore into the MCU movies anytime soon. If you're already giving his design to a what if. episode, you know?
Oof, not what if.
Yeah, so as far as his design, it looks like Ant-Man's suit, but blue though instead of the
Send
red.
pics or it didn't happen.
I sent you a link in the hot topic, man. Isn't that
That's
enough?
because
Yeah, I would say that's more on
I'm
you
a
wishing
busy
him.
bee. Let me live.
So am I, all right.
Well, you're
But
the one who finds all these, so leave me
so,
alone.
yeah, okay. But yeah, so we're getting Goliath. I hope everybody's excited. But another thing I wanted to add is like when it came to this Marvel's Legends wave, right? We also got like a couple other designs that we're going to be seeing in the near future, such as the Hydra Stomper armor, and
Oh
it looks like
God.
yep, for how What If season 2 ended with the cliffhanger of Peggy seeing the Hydra Stomper, which made her think, "Oh my God, it's probably Steve inside there, isn't it?" Actually, it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, you see in the Hydra Stomper is going to be a Build-A-Figure, and one of the parts will be scrawny Steve's head over beard.
Yeah. Oh, so what if season 2 is going to be, I don't know, the Winter Stomper? That's all I can think of.
Yeah, there you go, Winter Stomper.
Yeah. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I don't know. Sounds cool.
Sounds cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see, what are toys did they announce for this wave? We're getting Agatha. We're getting Yelena, the design she had for Hawkeye. We're getting Gamora, where she was basically wearing the Thanos costume, the double-edged blade and that stuff. Kingpin, and this was a surprise to me. They're also having Nick Fury from the Secret Invasions
Give us
show.
Sonya.
Yes, like anybody.
No, that makes perfect sense. Secret Invasion is a perfect what if
Yeah,
episode
I
to do.
mean, I gotta be honest. I don't know who wants to get a Nick Fury merch after what happened in Secret Invasion. To be honest,
Oh,
is anybody excited for his figure?
no.
There's probably someone, but I want a Sonya
I'm not excited for the
figure
show.
because she was the
So
best character.
Yeah, I don't have the room for a figure collection, so I have no excitement for a figure collection. I mean, but if Jay was here, I'm sure you guys could go out all day about it.
Definitely. I
So
mean, out of this lineup, maybe I'll collect the Yelena one, but I'll also collect the Talos one, mainly because one, it comes with both the human and the scroll head, and the scroll head I could just put it. I could just replace any one of my other toys with a scroll head because they all look the same, and the message will come out
stop tapping. You're getting the Hydro Stomper and you're not looking at this collection ever
clearly.
again.
I'm not even that interested enough in the Hydra Stopper to get a version 2 of him. I already got the OG one. That's all I need, alright?
I don't believe you.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get it immediately, okay? Maybe some point in the future. But, on top of
You're gonna see the episode, it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna buy it immediately.
but, on top of that, with Talos' design, I'm also going to be using his body as the body of Old Man Steve. So, because it's basically the same outfit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Anybody excited for What If season 2? Leave your thoughts.
It's very hit or miss for me
I
personally.
won't be.
Everything you just told me,
I won't.
everything you just told me with those toys, because you want my hype to.
I
Ain't
won't
gonna
be
lie.
excited until I see something of it. So, that's,
Yeah, like anything.
yeah.
Yeah. That. All right, then. I guess we're done with that topic. Man, we're speeding through these topics at a fast
Don't
Don't
rate.
say that.
be
Don't
that
say
every
that.
say that. Don't do that. So,
Hey, that happened once where yes, we actually finished sooner than we expected. So
yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
don't say
All
that.
out.
Just because you say that doesn't mean we're gonna.
All right, how about this credit? Credit. What time are you expecting to
let's
be done by?
see, 12:30.
Oh God. Okay, that's a lot of pressure.
Jake,
Damn.
time. We have that's literally 5 minutes less than 2 hours.
Okay. All right, then let's go to the next topic now.
Quickly, quickly.
Austin, this is you.
I did the first one. Let me go see
It's
what it is.
Mech
Tell me what it is.
Cadets new series
So I have to
trailer.
read it.
Jesus, witch.
Okay.
You took too long.
Yeah, I don't want to leave the speed just in case it mess up the
Now
recording
your
anyway.
candy's gone.
But
That's what happened. Push out.
well, which you can go. I want you to say it.
I don't know what's happening on this. I just wanted to make a bee and puppy cat reference.
Anyway, Mechadex Season 1 trailer. Another animation that's like, Spider-Verse is kind of cool. We can do that.
Mm.
It looks like Cat in the Hat and Tmnt. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Style-wise. But it seemed to be a standard Academy show. You have a kid who's a janitor, son of a janitor. He's working at the school. A mech crashes in the mountains. He goes find it. It bonds to him. Apparently, each robot only bonds to like one person, and now he's forced to be in the school. That was his dream. The reason I wanted to make this a topic only because there's also a comic book series, and the show's out apparently.
Oh wow.
They put out this trailer, and the show came out like immediately. So like, if y'all interested, I want y'all to watch the trailer because y'all interested in it. Then I'll just like watch the episode, and I'll like review it next week mainly. I'll do like a comparison between the show and the comic issue.
I saw the trailer. Looked okay. I mean, I might give the first episode a try so we can talk about it next week. So
Yeah, I can tell it's for kids, so I'm not gonna judge it too harshly. I'm probably just gonna watch the first episode and then maybe check out like that mid-season, see how if it picked up any steam at some point.
I'll judge it mercilessly.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So.
right now just a standard thing. I just thought it was funny how much like marketing and boost it's getting right now. I've never seen this first thing get a show and a comic at the same exact time. That wasn't Marvel Comics.
All right. Hopefully, the hype of this show lives up to his expectations, man. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Now. Oh, wait, are we done?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
If you want to talk about it, you watch the trailer.
No.
Me neither.
Okay. My turn.
Okay.
Mutant Mayhem, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to receive an animated series with the same voice cast, which I knew ahead of time. I just didn't think about talking about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. They do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You didn't bring it. You knew
like,
ahead of time, but you didn't bring it up when we literally talked about it on stream that it might happen.
Oop.
Or did you find out?
No, because they already said they were making a show about a younger group of turtles or something before the movie came out. I was like, oh, it's probably the movie, and I just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I cared enough about the movie, I would have done it.
I gotta be honest.
I told you this was going to happen when we talked about the movie. I was like, if this is popular, we're going to get a show. They're probably going to do some of the same stuff or whatever, and they're doing a show with the same team. Yeah. Whether it's like between this movie and the next movie, or if it's its own thing, we don't know. But it's going to be the same tone, and I'm scared of what we're going to lose going into the series after this.
Oh man.
Yeah, because every turtle series takes from the last. So.
Well, anybody here gonna watch it?
I'll check it out.
I don't really watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, so probably not.
I'll check it out. Like I said, there's nothing other than just not.
For all you guys know, this might be the introduction of the fifth turtle, like you guys wanted. So.
Wasn't there like another Ninja Turtles thing happening?
No, that was a comic. But yeah, if you were gonna do a Mutant Mayhem, have people turn to mutants, you want to have them dating all that stuff. That's all that would have helped in that. You want to do it in a TV show, fine, but I'm not watching a TV show. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I watch the show with watching the show.
I gotta be honest, I actually had to go see the Mutant Mayhem again on theaters over the weekend. I fell asleep.
You make me sick.
You fell asleep. Why?
Yeah, man. It was for my nephews. Oh no, sorry, it was for my nephew and niece. All right.
I hope you were loud too.
Yeah, like I said, I'll try it. I just it's not good turtles stuff. Um, but knowing how the internet has been for the past couple of years, I expect this movie will do well. And according to what I've learned recently, when something better comes out or the turtles comes out, they'll look back at this one and be like, it's trash. So,
Now,
so
you go on YouTube right now and put in "New Man." Every video you see, it's called the greatest turtle movie, the greatest TMNT movie specifically of all time.
yeah. Which it's not, but that's okay. It's a good, like I said, good movie. Don't, but
I think it's a lack of people like standards. There's a difference between a good movie and a good movie specifically for a genre. Like I can show you a good movie, but this isn't a good monster movie. You know what I mean?
But
Mm-hmm.
well, I think it's also because general audiences don't know the ins and outs of lore of TMNT lore. Because if you were just watching the movies, they do a terrible job of explaining it.
That's why I use YouTube, because most of these like YouTubers I know who like watch like Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah.
Who I seen like previous videos, so that's the only reason I'm getting their notifications.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I was gonna add that. Plus, it's also just I don't know. The fan thing is weird. I know TMNT fans are weird because like they didn't like Rise, and then that movie came out, and now everyone loved Rise. Like it was the second Turtles, and now all of a sudden they get another thing that pretty much fundamentally takes everything the Turtles had, even to the extent that Rise never did. But now everyone's okay with that. But they weren't okay when Rise just changed some like a little something in the front. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how standards are like you can't swap Leo and Raph as leaders, but you can take away their Hamato clan origin. You know, you you can't you can't you can't have the turtles be goofy, but they can learn martial arts from watching TV. That's fine. Like what? I don't. It's like I don't really quite understand this fan base. It's very weird.
I really want to see that matchup between Shredder and Splinter now. Like Shredder, who in this universe, who I would assume is a serious assassin who's trained all his life, in the martial arts and how to kill people, and yet this little rat can match him despite like having all his skills be from kung fu movies and how to videos.
I'm gonna throw up on the camera.
I always thought it was funny in 2003 though, because
pulling an April.
I always thought it was funny in 2003. Like I always hated this, but like Splitter being the rat is hilarious as opposed to the man. Because what you're telling me is that Splitter basically killed his arch nemesis and he just kind of reigned for a bit, and then his pet rat and his four turtles came out of nowhere and jumped the shit out of him. It just seems like a funny scenario to me. But I don't know. Like I said, Riot. I don't know. I'll check it out. They'll probably make a lot of changes that are going to annoy me. And I have less forgiveness for them because again, the fundamentals of Turtles aren't in this franchise, so I'll probably have less forgiveness for it. But
I'm more concerned if this isn't its own thing or if it's connected to the movie. If this supposed to be like a middle thing where it's like, oh, this season takes place between movie 1 and movie 2. That means a lot of stuff's gonna happen in this show that's either gonna be important or just not matter at all.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, well, I mean, to be fair, you can watch the Rise movie without actually knowing what happened in Rise. So you could do the same with
the movie of that comes out after the show. This is a movie first, then a show that takes place between both movies, and then another movie, and then I assume the next season will be between those like that.
I guess I'm saying it's Turtle movies do because even 2007 does it. So basically, it would just be like everything in the show, it matters to the show. And then when you get to the movie, it's like, hey, the Turtles have gone on a couple of adventures since you last saw them. And, they've saved the world here. Like how in Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, how it opens and Miles is just saying a year's worth of adventures he had that weren't really important, but like they happened. They could just do something like that and then just keep it pushing. I think as long as the TV show isn't too big, they can get away with that.
That's the problem. It's a TV show on Nickelodeon now. It's going to get too big because they need ratings.
No. As long as not where they might mess up is I don't know if you guys watched the Kung Fu Panda TV show.
I like that.
It's a good show, But by the time you get to like 2, you're kind of like you don't understand where it fits because in the show, power scaling is a lot different. For instance, Poe can easily beat Tigress in the show. But if you watch the movie that happens after the first movie, Tigress is like a boss character for Poe. Like Poe can just like easily beat Tigress any day of the week. So stuff like that. Or Poe has saved the world 7 times before the events of the second movie, but in the second movie he's clearly inexperienced still to an extent. So I don't know.
Yeah,
That's kind of
I'm just taking the show as its own thing, to be honest.
yeah. So I don't know. It depends on
As I
how they
say, if
do it.
it turns out to be its own thing, it's fine. But when you connect to the movie and then big stuff happen and not follow up on it, it's going to be a problem. And Nickelodeon specifically usually had that problem. They're different from having a show and then having a movie, but then having like movies while a show going on. That was like the My Hero Academy animes have problems going on. We're like, oh, the movie just like randomly in here somewhere.
Comic Con podcast asks, what superhero film, show, animated movie are you guys excited for in 2023, 2024?
Oh man, that is such a
What comes
loaded
out?
question because you don't know what's
Loki
coming out
again?
with all the delays because of the writer's strike and that stuff. So
Loki, I guess.
Is it
Dragon Prince? Can I say Dragon Prince? I know it's not a superhero film, but it's something me and Witch are looking
No,
forward to
that means you
next year.
can't say it then. No.
Oh dang it!
let's see, a superhero TV show.
Invincible season 2. There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Invincible.
Okay.
We're not at the season I want to be at, but we'll get there eventually. So,
You should. This works out though. Post brutal fight.
You know, I'll say Blue Beetle. From the early reviews I've been hearing, it sounds like it's going to be a good movie. All right.
Wait, to be fair, early reviews are not to be trusted. They either overhype or overhate it. So I don't.
Oh
trust
boy.
it.
Yeah, I was saying I'm a wait and see on that one. I'm kind of over the origin stuff right now for superhero. For young
superhero
teenage
film.
superheroes, something like that.
Hey, the superhero film industry needs a win badly. So
They have wins. I don't know that. Okay, I gotta say this. I have this problem with. It's not just in superhero movies. It's like with games too. People have a very short-term memory. We had like what was it? Spider-Verse, Guardians of the Galaxy, and people count Tmnt as a superhero movie now. I saw it in a poll, that's why I'm counting it. We had like
They
3
are
good
superheroes. They are kind of superheroes.
yeah, so we had like 3 good superhero movies. They just weren't like traditional MCU movies other than Guardians. It's fine. We're fine.
okay. I mean, both the MCU and DC, they need a win right now.
That's why you had Mario Brothers. That's technically he is technically a superhero.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. DC needs a win if you're talking about DC by themselves. But then also, have you guys seen the Boys spin-off Gen V trailer?
Oh, isn't that the one with Soldier Boy?
Is it?
He's supposed to be in it from what we heard, but he wasn't in the trailer.
No. So
yeah. Okay, so I guess we're done with the topic. So you guys want to move on?
Yes, because there are a lot more Turtle shows than this one.
All right, so we're moving on to the next, and I got this one. Dave Bautista wants to be Bane in James Gunn's DC universe.
I want to see Bane again.
Okay, like
that man has like 500 villains, bro. Can we get some more new people?
Nah. Okay, it's likely to happen because James Gunn, he brings his crew with him. They have his back. They have his back, and he has theirs. But more importantly,
so let's do something other than Bane.
If we're gonna get Bane regardless, man. So if this goes through, but honestly, if
this is gonna be the third time we get Bane,
we need something to wash the mouth out of.
In the 90s, we got Bane in Rises, and then we're getting Bane again. I don't need every Batman to fight Bane. The man has like 25 villains. Can you get fight Calendar Man for a movie? I'll take that. That'd be cool.
We can get to Calendar Man.
Okay, let's have Bautista play Calendar Man.
with Reeves Batman, that'll be kind of that'll be hype.
No, that's a Batman who could fight Calendar, man. So
But if Batista does go on to play Bane, I want him to be serious, and I don't want him to pull a Drax on us where he just loses all passion for the character. You know?
Batista too serious.
Can
Though.
Bane speak Spanish?
No.
Well,
I mean, can Dave speak Spanish?
Well, he's Puerto Rican, or at least half Puerto Rican,
I
so he
don't.
has
I'm
that.
trying to make sure that that's a. If we play a band, I want him to speak Spanish. Ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they need to do that. So that's also
Nolan.
something Batista has going for him too. He's half Puerto Rican, so nobody could say, "Oh, you miscasted Bane." No, well, there you go. Batista's part Hispanic.
Comic Con suggesting Victor Saz or Professor Pig as villains.
There'll be great. Well, Professor Pig is apparently going to be in the Arkham TV show for Matt Reeves Batman.
No.
We
Victor
already
Massey
had
is a good villain too. Any serial killer low end would be great for Matt Reeves Batman for a movie based on how he did the
we've,
Riddler.
we've already had Victor Zaz in what's it called? The Birds of
That's
Prey
not
movie.
canon Matt Reeves for look. This is all going to be a second time. Bane is this will be Bane's third.
And to be fair,
And
right?
Man, I still remember that Victor Zaz as being the first Victor Zaz I've seen that has, how can I say it, style or bling bling. He has hair. Like I never saw him with hair before.
It's almost like being bald is a big part of his character because he had the marks of his enemies and they killed on his head. But whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and they specifically made it so that he only kills women. By the way.
Mm.
I'm not talking about that because I don't get mad.
Well,
All right.
But
we
if he wants to play Bane, as long as he takes it seriously, I think it's fine. I personally wouldn't want to do Bane. There'll be a third movie. Batman has probably the biggest rogue gallery in history. I feel like we can still. He should be what the MCU was trying to do, where they want to do all new people before No Way Home. The idea of No Way Home came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still want to see what Firefly. We haven't even got like a man bat in the film yet.
I wouldn't mind Bane in the third movie if only because, and I think Matt Reeves says it's not what people said it was, but like when he injects himself with steroids and it's green, people immediately thought of Venom. I would have liked that to have a narrative payoff that it was Venom.
Yeah.
That would be, I don't like that payoff, but that would be my only reason for Bane, really.
Yeah, apparently it was adrenaline and stuff. I was like, bro, come on.
Yeah, it's green. Like, what do you want me to say? It looks like Venom.
No.
Yeah, I was hoping I was in a Bane for the side stuff. I didn't want Bane at the movie film.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tobia's in the chat. Hey, how's it going, man?
Spiderman Rain? What do you mean by Spiderman Rain, Teddy? Well, he's figuring that out. But yeah, I don't.
Wait,
Oh, in the chat he said,
Yeah.
"You guys think about Spider-Man Rain?" Because I think it's a bad idea.
it's no. He's talking about the actual book, the first book. It's a bad book.
Yeah, that's getting a
The idea,
sequel.
Spider-Man is fine, but you're gonna have him kill his wife with radioactive semen that gives her cancer, and she dies of cancer. Like, bro,
Wait, yeah, is he talking about the sequel?
Yeah.
He's talking about Spider-Man Reign itself. The book itself is bad. The sequel. The sequel we'll talk about when we talk about the Spider-Man book later, because the tease is in that.
All right. But anyway, we're getting a little bit off topic, so yeah, let's move on. Unless anyone has any last minute thoughts on Dave Bautista being Bane.
If so, man, what?
Okay.
Wait, no. I'm tripping. I forgot there was two different Batman. You know what? Make Bane Batman for James Gunn.
Okay, there you go.
As long as he's not in Matt Reeves stuff, I'm fine.
Got it. All right, then. Let's move on. Yep. Let's move on to the next topic. Austin, you got this one.
I can't see the list. Jake, say what it is.
Well, I think we should talk about a topic that can bring families together. And what better topic than the Century family?
Announce.
I was trying to move from this page, but I got you. So a news. I don't know if y'all. Well, no, y'all didn't. So I'm not. Don't let me and Kev. I know y'all haven't kept up since, but in his last solo run, him and the Void fused and become one person. And then when he showed up again in like King in Black or whatever book was after that, he was suddenly back to his old self.
More than that, actually, because like the whole punt, like one of the things Century was known for, right, was in Bendis's Avengers run, where he just grabbed Carnage, brought him all the way to space, and ripped him in half in space, right? But
Why
in
not?
King of Black, when Carnage was as jacked up as, well, no, I'm sorry, when Null, the god of the
No,
symbiotes, he said, you know what? He went after Sentry from the space and ripped him in half.
from my understanding, this shouldn't have killed Sentry. I don't know how he died.
I don't know either. Blame the writers or editor staff on that one.
I'm sure it's just
He
a visual
he
thing,
did
but he died and he came
no,
back.
he did he more than just died. Like his corpse was being used as a plaything by one of the members of Thunderbolts during that tie-in. Like
He saved the world. He literally blew up and killed that thing or
hmm
something. They saved the world with his corpse and faked their
oh
deaths.
oh
So that
yeah
was cool.
yeah
But
yeah
leave that team
because
alone.
even his corpse still had remnants of his power. Basically, it was just one big flashbang.
That's probably why he didn't regenerate, to be honest.
And
I'll take that
towards
reason.
the end, where like the
Uh,
Thunderbolts were like, okay, now on to our next mission, right? One of the members still had Sentry's corpse that he was just playing with as if it was a doll. uh, but anyway, not really a fan of Sentry, to be honest.
yeah,
So
we're not here to talk about Sentry. We're here to talk about the next thing.
Just
About
oh,
this
okay,
new
get
okay,
the topic, man.
okay.
the new chapter. This new situation is apparently Sentry's power is being split into other people. So other random people apparently, or like 5 random people get his power. There seem to be, I want to say, 2 females, and the other 3 are male.
Now,
One is wearing like a Virgil Rogue outfit, and it's kind of funny to
Now
me.
I'm curious. Are they all going to get like nerfed versions of Sentry standard powers, or are they all just going to get one power apiece? Like one gets heat fusion, the other gets super strength.
imagine, imagine his. I think it's literally just his power split into 5. So all of them like a fifth strong
Oh,
SC.
okay, okay, all right.
From my understanding, he doesn't. They don't say it in this article
hmm
that I'm reading. But all they're saying is
Who's writing this book? I
it's
got to
not
ask.
really
Who's
well.
going to be writing this?
That's that's what I'm going up to find out. This site is kind of tweaking for some reason. Jason Liu or Low, LOO.
I can't think of a book that he's written. Honestly,
Let's look it up, shall we?
I can't either.
Jason Moe.
That's-
Oh wait,
But the power of a million floating suns will be spared among a number of new characters, and who at the end of this book, one of these new characters will be the new Century. So that's how they're doing his successor, I guess, or the next his legacy.
why don't they just get all the other Superman knockoffs in this book? I mean, I think that would be an interesting premise to see.
Yeah, you know what you can do? You can have each one of these members fight a different
Yeah, you
Superman
can have
knockoff.
Hyperion, you can
Look,
have Tageki, yeah.
Gladiator, uh, they're 2 Hyperions, really, to some people.
It's a Squadron Supreme, man. Their whole thing is multiverse.
Technically, Blue
Oh
Marvel,
yeah,
because
Blue Marvel too.
okay, so apparently Jeff Liu is wrote some New Mutant stuff.
Okay. Were they good?
I haven't read New Mutants.
Oh, okay.
Also did X Corp, which I heard was really good.
Yeah, that's cool. X
He did what?
Force.
No, X Corp.
Oh, X Corps.
Oh
Oh,
no, I'm gonna say. Oh, X Corp was good. That's the that's the money side of the stuff for Concord.
mhm.
Yeah, I gotta read it. I might read it after
That
Excalibur
was
when I
good. That was
start
a good
reading
book.
that.
Excalibur was great. That's probably my favorite X-Men Concord era book.
I gotta finish Hellions first, and then I can read Excalibur and then X Corp.
Gotcha.
Anyway, that's all there is. There's gonna be a few new people with this power, and whoever wins the battle of the book, or I guess whoever people like the most at the end of this run, is gonna be the new Sentry because they got to get rid of this problematic dude named Robert.
He was
I don't
the
know if people
reason
remember
for
this
the
dude's
Marvel
origin.
Zombie
He was
stuff.
like a drug dealer.
Yeah.
He was that stuff that's not, different universe. It does not matter. This guy was a druggie who got hit with a serum that turned him to the strongest superhero of all time, to the point where Doctor Strange had to erase everyone's memory of him and hide him in the house because this guy was way too strong,
Yeah.
and he had mental problems, and that caused a thing called the Void, which is basically unkillable, strong as all on way. It might be able to beat the Phoenix Force. They change the rules of the Void every time we talk about him.
I still
They have
remember
to
his
make it
origin too.
convenient for the
But he's
reader.
too strong.
I still remember Sentry's origin too. Like he broke into a laboratory and found a needle. He thought that needle was to get him high, so he just injected himself with that. But that's what gave him the power. It was an experiment.
And only
So,
2 people actually remembered Century. It was
Mhm.
Marvel and Hulk. Specifically Hulk, not Bruce Banner.
That's consistent with Hulk. When Peter did it and Daredevil did it, he remembered them too. But yeah, so they are just. I'm sure Robert just a frustrating character to write. Really, they're trying to move him on the way, get some fresh blood with the same power set. The thing is, usually books like this don't really lead anywhere because either people don't latch on to replacements that often, or the next writer doesn't really know where to go with the book. So hopefully, this writer has a plan. That's all I'm gonna say.
We'll definitely see.
I don't think people care enough about Sentry to care about him getting replaced, along with the replacement's good.
Yeah, I wanted
So
to
let's hope for
ask
the best.
that too. Like this, how big of a fan base does Sentry actually have?
I like the Sentry's idea when he shows up, but other than that, he don't do a lot anymore to be like well known.
But yeah,
And Blue Marvel bought the best 2 rip-off Supermans they
they're
have.
not doing anything with Hyperion. They're not doing anything with Tageki.
Yeah, the last time I ever heard the last time I ever heard of something from Hyperion was with the Heroes Reborn universe, and that was like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, the one where they went full on Superman.
He was him in the Blackhawk. What that's the name? Bathawk, Blackhawk.
Darkhawk.
Those people were still in that Avengers run until that run ended.
And that Avengers run, the Squadron Supreme were just going 110% versions of Justice League. Yep.
Yeah, I want Blue Marvel to come back, but that's a topic for another day.
Let's go to the next thing. Let's move on next. Let me. Jake, you want to get this one?
Jake.
Sure. Since I'm just everyone's bad boy, let's ride into the stars with the new Cosmic Ghost Rider announcement.
Oh boy. I think this was a failure understanding what people liked about Cosmic Ghost Rider. This was in the finale of the last Cosmic Ghost Rider book. I gotta be honest, I tapped out of issue 3 because I just lost interest in
It was not.
Yeah, I just lost interest in that book, but apparently it got worse during those last 2 issues. There apparently was multiple Cosmic Ghost Riders out there, and towards the end, the powers go on to the daughter of the mechanic from that book, who is a woman of color. And I'm thinking to myself, what people liked about Cosmic Ghost Rider was the fact that he was a version of Punisher, who
Yeah, it was a Deadpool version of Punisher. People thought it was Deadpool. People was betting money that Cosmic Ghost Rider was Deadpool, and then they curved us by saying it was Frank Castle. And then they showed a great story on how Frank Castle
Oh
became this
yeah,
person.
especially like the adventures he still takes. Like, he tried going back in time. He still tries to. He was still trying to kill people, right? So he tried doing the biggest kill of all, going back in time to kill a baby Thanos. Hey,
I wish they did. It'll stop his backstory from being retconned all the time.
oh, he even met 616 Punisher actually. And,
Yeah, that was a nice story. They talked about their
yeah, like
family
when
and
they
stuff.
first met each other, like Cosmic Ghost Rider was like surprised that Frank is taking this rather well, and Punisher was like, "Yeah, people don't give me the credit I deserve. I mean, I was a Frankenstein at one point." Like, true, but
Oh yeah, Frank and Castle was a good book. Don't listen to anyone who tells you
no,
otherwise. You should read that book.
yeah,
Frank
it
and
was an
Castle is
interesting
great.
take on the Punisher. I mean, hell, when Norman Osborn went to power and became like the head of Shield, what's Punisher's first response? Oh, I'll kill him, this son of a gun. Hell no, I'm not going. I'm not going to wait for him to to see what a country is like with him in charge. Yeah,
Yeah, the only superhero worth their
yeah.
salt.
I'm going to do the stuff that the heroes couldn't do. But dang it, Norman just had to have Sentry in his corner,
No. Remember what happened? He ran into
Yes,
Dak.
like no, Punisher was about to land the kill shot on Norman Osborn, with a bullet to his head, but it was literally Sentry who stopped the bullet right in front of Norman. And that's when Norman decided to send Dak in after Punisher, who eventually killed him. Or, dismembered him. His body parts were
Yeah,
found by the monsters that live under New York in Monstropolis.
no, the Mo Boys or
Yeah,
something like that. I know
yeah,
you're talking about the small blind
yeah.
yellow people. That's not racist. Yellow people.
For real. But honestly, again, with this, it's what does this new person have to offer to Punisher mantle? Nothing really.
That's that's another problem with it. We just got the actual Punisher replaced, and now you're replacing the only other Punisher again.
Yes.
Now the question is: it's a Frank Castle thing? Is it just because they named Frank Castle? Because he's not the Punisher anymore. He's not like the Punisher with the problematic stuff with his name. He just named Frank Castle. Is that the problem going on? That you have to
I
change it?
guess so, man. They're okay with other people wearing the skull except for Frank Castle.
Hey, Frank Castle's already going through it. Give him a break, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they change came at a different point, I probably would be more lenient with it. But you can't replace that. There's really just no Frank Castle anymore.
Does anybody have any expectations for this new Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll check it out just to see if the writer has any
no, she's
actual
not.
plan, or this
No,
Marvel
she's not getting a book. It's just that this was at the finale of Cosmic Ghost Rider's last book.
What was the point?
Yeah, if I'm going to take a gamble, I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see her in that Silver Surfer Rebirth comic. The one that's the sequel to Adam Warlock's Rebirth comic.
This lady better not go and bother the witch's book.
I fucking swear, man. I don't want to see Genusville anywhere near my Alpha Flight book, okay? I swear I'm gonna fight someone if that happens.
Gotcha.
That had nothing to do with what we said, but okay.
Good, they'll know. If you know, you know. I don't want to see Genusville anywhere near my Alpha Flight book. I will fight someone.
A common W. A common witch W.
I will shank a bitch.
That's not a W. That's illegal.
Alright, guys. Well, I think we've spoken enough about Cosmic Ghost Rider, so let's move on.
Let's talk about that new X-Men editor, Tom Brevoort, right? That's his name.
Tom Brevoort.
Tom
He's
Brevoort.
he's a comic historian.
He's better.
Um,
You do the editors.
I don't know.
I mean, if you're going to get an editor on a book, you kind of would want them to be a comic historian, you know?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is,
He's
what
not.
other? What was he doing before this?
That's a good question.
I think he was just spread thin in Marvel, but now it seems like he's going to be he's going to be sinking more into the X-Men stuff specifically now.
I mean, that's devil bastard. For all I know, this guy could be the editor for Spiderman, and I had to kill him.
Nah.
He's a lifelong comic reader, all right? Does that give you comfort?
No.
Really?
Oh.
Most editors have read comics. It just Marvel has these rules where if the story's cool enough, forget the canon. It doesn't matter. Just retcon everything, and that's the problem. Because editors that take away editors most of their job. They sit there and be like, well, the story seems cool enough. You can rewrite the whole story.
Oh my god, I would love to be a Marvel editor. Just get paid to literally just look at a story and be like, yeah.
I think it's a lot more than that, but yeah, maybe.
Most of it is like pre-checking stuff and making sure that some of the stuff can be used. Sometimes other people are trying to do other stuff in their book, and unless you're Dan Slott, they just don't let you do that. But Dan Slott can just ruin other people's books all the time for his own book. But it's a multiple editors at Marvel came out and said the main rule is if the story is good enough, they'll let you retcon pretty much everything. That's why every time Jonathan Hickman comes back and he does a big story, he pretty much retcons the whole cosmic universe. He did it with Infinity, where he made the builders. He's doing it again. Like we do not care about some of this stuff.
Man, how many books?
Forever, right?
If this guy's good, then he's going to be good. But I don't have faith for these people.
Like I would assume he's going to be taking charge post Krakoa era, right? I mean, I sure hope so. I mean, everybody keeps making a point saying like Krakoa is about to end, Krakoa is about to end, but there's still X-Men Krakoa related books coming out or have yet to come out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because they have to do the aftermath. That's still related to the problem, the situation.
I guess. I mean, we wish him the best. This is what I mean. I don't know who wants to see him fail, but we just want good X-Men books going forward. And
I want him to change the game. I want him to edit I want him to edit so well that Marvel had to change their whole laws about how they handle editing.
Wow. You're expecting a lot out of an editor, Austin. You do realize that, right?
I just want him. I'm holding him to the same standard I hold our editor to.
Yeah, editor.
Yeah, editor.
All right, man.
Let's see the Scooby Doo in the opening where they all just like stare at the screen. That's what I just kind of want us all to do. Just like, just all like.
Gotcha. But anyway, I guess that's it for this topic. Yeah. So now we're moving on to comic reviews now.
Yeah. Hey, which fence number 3, huh? Ha! Take it all.
Okay, we're talking about fence number 3. The battle begins. That's not the title of the book, but you know why not?
Hey, save it, man. Save it. That's a good title.
Yeah, but basically, it's the two schools are starting to do their duels. Because you know this is a fencing book. This isn't a book about anything else besides gay boys and fencing. I don't know what you
want. It's not a book about them building a fence.
No, it's about sword fighting, legalized sword fighting.
Yeah, even if they do make a actual fence, they'll make it look good. They'll make it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying before we even get really into this book. Me and Cryptid are the only two people who actually have read this book and the original, and we have not even read the novels. Well, I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
So we're missing out on some lore.
Oh, me and Jake are the best. Okay, I see you. Just wait.
I have a hard time reading novels, but we'll get there when we get there. Anyways.
So yeah. One thing One thing I actually kind of like about this book is it's not just the main characters we got to see doing some fencing, but we also got to see basically chibi versions of them, toddlers
Not
fencing.
really toddler, but yeah. Also, Nicholas really wants to fence Jesse, and I'm like, dude, you have to climb this big ass ladder, man. You're like on the bottom.
The
Good luck,
conf-
homie.
hey, the confidence of youth, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, I didn't have that back then, and I definitely don't have that now. Anyways, but no, the fact that Nicholas beat Harvard was kind of shocking to me. But you know what? He takes it like a champ, and that's all we can ask for. Unlike some of these other nerds. But
Hmm.
I swear, I need more of Harvard and Adrian. I just love their relationship. It's just hilarious. But the fact that Seiji lost a match is shocking to me, man. I was
that's what
shook.
builds. That's what builds up tensions for the next round.
I mean, I guess, but still. But yeah, no. Basically, it's just the start of like the fencing like matches, you know. So yeah.
Hey.
But
And
no, the
it's
art
even.
is good as always. Apparently, this is a mini series. We also get into a little bit of a background of one of the side characters named Kyle. He's like a little blonde boy, but don't worry about it.
Hmm.
He's the one that spread the rumor that Jesse is unbeatable. So just remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. And also the teachers are beefing as well. Because of course they are.
Is there any
Dang,
truth
I'm
to the
like,
rumor?
Ooh.
oof. I don't know, maybe. But, you know, we're getting there. Also, Harvard gets asked out in this
Hmm.
issue by someone that isn't Adrian. Ooh.
Hey. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, the guy's like, I'm just looking to ask a handsome guy out on a date. That's why I'm
And
asking
he's
you
like,
out.
and then Harvard is like, Adrian's like right there. Also, Austin, I saw your comments on YouTube. You are incorrect.
I'm glad. I feel validated.
Mm-hmm. But this is a pretty good mini series. Like, apparently, this is a mini and not like a full on book like the other series. But honestly, that's okay. That is okay with me. I'll live.
Gotcha. Hey, you got plenty of reading to do with the novel at some point anyway.
I'll
So
get to the novel when I get to the novel, man. It's a
just
lot of work.
just like I'll get to my profile pic.
And
Don't
one's
rush
easier to
me.
get into than the other, man.
Alrighty. But yeah, I guess we're done with this topic. We'll move on to the
Wasn't
next.
much to go off of, so
Actually, guys,
yeah.
you know, I had a nightmare before Christmas last year about the scar and Nightmare Before Christmas Fanatics. Oh, no,
I really confirmed that they were moving on with.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to put these two topics together because they're both pretty brief. Audience, in case they need like a bit of a recap, Scar is basically telling the story as to how Scar from the Lion King got to form an alliance with the hyenas. And Nightmare Before Christmas was a prequel to how Jack Skellington became the Pumpkin King. So you know what? Let me tell the Nightmare Before Christmas one first. Okay, so after two competitions, one involving gathering the most pumpkins, and the second one involving building a tower of bones, which some people here think that isn't challenging enough to do. Yeah,
Both
building a tower
challenges
made
that
of
have
nothing but
nothing to do
bones.
with leading this. Both challenges that have nothing to do with leading this city, this town, or being scary. By the way,
It's a challenge. Hey, those bones have to come from
the
somebody, huh?
Pumpkin King is supposed to be the scariest man in town. That was the first thing the movie
Wait,
tells you.
could you imagine it to be the president of the United States? You don't actually vote. You actually decide to like skip on the street. And You want to say
Yeah, you win rock paper scissors. Now you're the president. Like, no, what?
something?
Mhm. Okay, but anyway, so you get 1 point for Jack. He won the first round, and Oogie Boogie won the second round. Oh, and by the way, keep in mind, Oogie Boogie was groomed in this book by the former Pumpkin King in order to be evil. Because before this competition, Jack and Oogie were BFFs until this competition basically tore that beautiful friendship apart. Okay, so right now we're down to the last competition, which is a pumpkin carving competition. Whoever could carve the scariest pumpkin wins.
This is supposed to be scary.
I almost left the call.
Hey, Jake, anybody could carve a pumpkin, but you carve a winning pumpkin? How about that?
If a pumpkin can actually scare,
I did little one.
yeah, a pumpkin can scare you. Sure, whatever. I think I've seen a better plot line in Kingdom Hearts 2, and that's saying something.
Oh man, again putting that game in a pedestal. But anyway, so yeah, and this Ogie and Jack
Jake doesn't
have
even
to
like that game.
they have to do this alone, meaning they have to clean out the insides and carve it out and all that good stuff by themselves. And as somebody who attempted to
Oh
do
my
that
god!
And as somebody who attempted to do that one Halloween, let me tell you, it ain't as easy as it looks. All right, it's messy, and you could probably cut yourself trying to hollow the pumpkin out. Yeah, it has its challenge. All right. So
Do you feel like you should be basically the king of the city because of that, though?
eh, I made a scary looking pumpkin. All right.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
miss
send
I
pics or it
miss
didn't happen.
I miss Scary Godmother, bro.
Dude, she
Oh
was goaded.
That was a great two movies.
Yeah, Scary Godmother. We should watch that for movie
man.
night.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, but anyway, so here you have it. Jack is doing his sketches first before he starts carving, while Oogie, on the behest of the former Pumpkin King, right? He secretly has those three little kids help him out with his pumpkin. They hollow it out for Oogie, instead of having to do the dirty work himself. So, Ogie takes his free time to go and to pretty much talk smack to Jack. Yeah, this is going on. And eventually they do carve out the pumpkin. And funny enough, those kids, all the internals of that pumpkin, they were actually throwing it at Jack, like kind of like, to trash him a bit, to kind of somewhat sabotage it a bit. That actually works in Jack's favor because he actually gets an idea. He uses all those internals of the pumpkin to kind of jerry rig himself up some hair for his pumpkin. And yeah, that's what was creative enough for Jack to win. Oh wow. So of course, towards the end, everybody accepts Jack as the winner. Even the former Pumpkin King, who's like, "Wow, did I bet on the wrong horse on this one?"
Yeah.
And the only person here who's pissed off is actually Oogie Boogie. What? This was a unanimous vote? Are you kidding me?
I would have understood if it was 50-50, 51-50, but come on now.
Not
None of it.
one vote was given to Oogie Boogie. He's like, screw this competition, screw this town. I'm leaving. And you know what, Pumpkin King? I'm still taking your house. No, I'm still taking your house, man.
Damn, that's kind of rude.
Yeah, because audience, Oogie Boogie's hideout that you saw in the movie, yeah, that was actually formerly belonging to the original Pumpkin King, who
And they
offered
just
it
let him
to
keep it.
who offered it to Oogie Boogie after they win, right? But you know what? Oogie Boogie's like, I'm pissed off with everything that happened, and I'm taking that house anyway. And the Pumpkin King, he's old, he's rotting, he doesn't have much time left. He's like, you know what? Take it, kid. Oh, man. So, okay, so here you have the mayor coming in. He sees all the broken up pumpkins that are left behind in Oogie's wake, and now he has to talk to the Pumpkin King, Jack, uh, for advice as to what to do with these pumpkins now. Okay, so Jack's first command as the new Pumpkin King is to make pumpkin pie.
Woo!
Yay! Delightful treats for everybody.
I'm more of an apple pie and cherry pie kind of gal.
I really do miss Scary Godmother, bro. That was a good.
Yeah, bring her back.
Bro, we're not
I don't know,
doing
give her
that.
an
We're not
IDW
derailing
comic or
this.
something. Jesus.
Okay.
Bring her
Okay,
back.
so basically you have the final page of the Pumpkin King. He's going to the pumpkin catch, and yeah, it's pretty much alluded to that this is his passing away moment.
Damn.
While you have Oogie Boogie there, who now has an army of like snakes and creepy crawlies all inside him, thanks to the potion that was given to him by the former Pumpkin King, and now his eyes are green as well as his mouth, and he's like
Oh
saying,
god.
"My jack o' lantern was better than Jack's. They all were against me. They cheated me." But no one will ever cheat Oogie Boogie ever again.
This is on a whole nother level of petty that I'm not even on. Like, has he ever tried therapy?
Yeah, I know. Well,
Like, you can discuss the grooming and the bug situation in therapy. I think someone will understand.
I can understand the first round, Boogie being feeling like he was cheated. But yeah, he just takes this really deep down, and like, I don't want to be cheated ever again in my life. Like, so yeah, audience, if you ever want to know the origins of how Jack became the Punky King and why Jack and Oogie are no longer friends, there you have it. Oh, okay. Now we have the other book, Scar. Scar had the promise to the former queen of the hyenas that he would bring them a feast, right, of gazelles, other wildlife in the forest, this and that. And he does. He tricks all the herd to, running towards the elephant graveyard where the hyenas are at, right? And you have Scar and the former queen up on the cliff, and the queen is like, "Wow, you did pretty impressive, Scar. This might be the beginning of a beautiful friendship." As Scar is like, "Yes, it could have been a friendship." And then he just pushes the queen off the cliff into the herd, into the stampede. Wow, so Scar really isn't original. Is not original, I guess. It's just something he always does.
Yeah, this doing more damage to his legacy than anything.
So anyway, he pushes the queen off. She survives, but she's a little banged up by the stampede, and she's getting her followers to rile up to hey, take down Scar. But you know what? You have one half of the hyenas populations who are like, hey, Scar brought us food. Yeah. We'd rather stick with this ruler than you, who's all. Dude, your whole policy to solve the hunger crisis for hyenas was cannibalism.
Oh,
We have we have a herd that's going to last us for months. So yeah, Scar all the way, Scar for life. And Scar doesn't just win the hearts and minds of the hyenas, but he also wins the hearts and minds of the condors around the area. So with these two army of forces, they pretty much kick the old hyena queen off. And yeah, that's the origin of how Scar got an alliance with the hyenas. Oh, and by the way,
I don't like this.
oh, by the way, apparently the next Disney villain prequel we're getting is Hades.
woo!
Okay, come on, have hope for that.
I don't like this
What?
scripted because no, I don't like the idea of of a queen anyway, because this never be followed up on, even when hyenas come back for two
Yeah.
other movies in a show. So, but if a whole herd went missing, well, Mufasa would have came up with a whole crew of people in these people. I just want you to know that. Based on Mufasa from the first movie, if a whole herd of food went missing, he would have pulled up on hyenas. Because they should not be anywhere near food. A whole herd cannot just go missing.
Also, because as far as I'm aware, Lion Guard is still canon. The Lion Guard would investigate. So
Oh man.
I'm just saying.
You guys the man too. You guys the man too much from continuity. All right.
My boy.
If we're counting
I'm
everything
not
as
even
canon,
ready
we
to,
gotta
but
like
you
do what
still
we gotta
have to.
do.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm asking you to, but like, you don't have to do the queen. The
We
queen,
should
whatever.
get a book
You
on
could
the
have did
evil
the
queen
feast
from Snow White.
in a different way.
Yeah. Well,
On the evil
On
queen from
what?
Snow White. We should get a book on her.
yeah. We have Maleficent. That's going
That's
on right now.
Maleficent, not the evil queen.
Oh, okay.
What do you care about that?
I
That
didn't read
old
Well, they're
lady?
Maleficent
always an
because
old lady.
I didn't.
The actors playing as Snow White don't even care about Snow White. Oh, I'm not going to care anymore.
Hey, as a Bill Schoenheit stan, I need more rep. And they're not making the Twist of Wonderland manga fast enough, so.
Gotcha.
The first book literally just came out in the States in English. Okay, at Barnes and Noble, and I haven't been able to go.
Gotcha. But going back to the comics at hand, okay, I'll admit the Nightmare Before Christmas one, it could have used one extra issue. All right, to kind of really see the fallout between Oogie and Jack. You know, like Oogie throwing the first punch at Jack because Jack really didn't respond to Oogie's outburst. You know, he's like, "Yay, I'm the new Pumpkin King," and Oogie's
Yeah,
just throwing a tantrum, and Jack's not really responding. And yeah, I think the town just goes about its business. You know?
that's what I was saying. Like, I wish the challenges was better. This supposed to be like this big personal thing between two friends, but it doesn't feel like that by
Mm-hmm.
like the final issue.
Oh,
Jack just watch this dude run off in a rage. Like, well, okay, I'll see you in like
oh wait,
20 years, bro.
hope so. Jake, you there?
Jake died.
Oh wait, hold a sec. He got out a bit.
Yeah.
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 There
I'm
you go.
back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you going to say anything on those two books?
You might have heard the recording on the computer on this thing, 'cause I was listening to you guys, trying to make sure I was up to date. Yes.
Gotcha. But anyway, guys, like have hope for the Hades book at least. You know, don't you guys want to see a teenage Zeus and Hades?
Hades is good, but I don't want to keep reading about these random people filling out characters' backstory. They don't really have anything to do with. I think I'll be
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's it for Nightmare Before Christmas and Scar. So, before we get into the next topic, I just gotta get out. I just need to step out for a bit to get some water. Be right back.
No,
Give me
Guys,
me 2 minutes.
All right, I'll
Yes,
tell
sir.
people different stuff then. TMNT, what they call it? The Last Ronin, Jake?
yes.
Well, TMNT, The
Oh, you
Last
told me.
Ronin getting a video game. Be on look for that.
What?
Let's see.
I had
Avengers,
no idea.
Avengers Inc. Avengers Inc.
The
Trailer
Avengers.
1 came out with a more investigative book about the Avengers starring Wasp and Vision. Oh well, different personality of Vision. That's going to be interesting. Let me see. There's something else here.
Bro, Austin cooking right now. Tell him more.
You too, y'all. G.I. Joe's getting an Axis and Allies game.
Oh shit! Wait, you got another one? You good? It's on?
Austin died.
Okay. Well, hey everyone, now that I've taken over. How about you go play Baldur's Gate 3? One of the
Hey, how
best.
about you go play Guildlings
Did
and
you just-
Pokemon Black and White before the remakes come out?
I was trying to promote a game and you just stole my space. What's up with
Hey,
that?
I'm also trying to promote games, okay?
Which it's like you're trying to start something here.
Okay,
I
I'm
have
back.
hands to throw,
Oh,
okay,
oh
so they
yeah.
can't do it in real life.
Well, Austin died in the line of duty, so it's up to us to hold the line. So
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
go play Guildlings on the Apple Arcade. It's so good.
Oh man, I need Austin here to talk about Avengers 3 and 4
wait,
because he's the only.
I am
that-
here.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
See,
All
I've
right.
They
got
were
Well,
just talking
like,
over me.
yeah, I can do magic.
I didn't read. Y'all were just talking over me as I was trying to read.
we couldn't hear you, so we just kept talking.
all right then. Well, introduce the next topic, Austin.
Jake, answer this topic.
Oh my gosh, I thought you never asked. It's time for the Avengers to assemble for issue 3 and 4.
Yay! Okay, in case the audience wants to be a little bit updated as to what's going on, this is the fallout of what happened in that Timeless comic, where Kang gets fatally stabbed by this, what are they called? The Twilight Court, Austin? Let me see if I can find
Dude,
it.
I can't remember.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
the people who are
Oh.
destined to always kill King.
No, oh yeah, they are the Twilight Court. Oh wow, I got it on the first try.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, so Kang needs the help of the Avengers, and while the Avengers are currently caring for Kang at the moment, that's when the Twilight Court come in. They come in with their station above in space, above the planet. It's called the Impossible City, and they have their heads coming in, from invading different parts of the world, right? And I gotta say, I like the designs of a lot of these villains. They have like this final
Yeah.
boss sort of look to them,
Jake, you talking about Kingdom Hearts earlier. You're thinking with Kingdom Hearts monsters.
Jesus.
The
Yeah,
Heartless, all these people got weird shapes and designs, but they all look good for what they're trying to accomplish.
yeah, and they all have
I'll
pretty
post a picture.
interesting. Yeah, they all have some pretty interesting powers. Like, I'll go to this one, right? This was in Vatican City. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's a city
The
somewhere here in
Vatican?
Vatican. Yes, um, that's where this basically. It's like a Modoc godhead, but with wings. It pops up,
Jake,
and
it's based off it's kind of like an owl head with wings. It's like a biblical type thing.
yes, there you go. And I guess it picked the appropriate spot because the people of the city, they all look at him and see him as their god or whatever. And the Thor has
Apparently,
to
that is a
come in.
woman. That is a
Oh,
woman. You need to get that right. That is a female.
okay, it's a woman or a woman. All right, it's a head, man. Come on.
It's an
Okay,
owl. Now I'm looking at it, it's one it's owl.
okay, okay. So anyway,
I'm gonna post a
Thor
picture.
takes the
Wait, taking which side tell you this is the head or owl.
Gotcha. Anyway, so Thor takes it upon himself to face off against her. And this is kind of where you see what her power is. It For all you One Piece fans, it's pretty much like the power of Basil Hawkins. Her power revolves around the worshippers she has around her. Like the more worshippers she has, the stronger her power is. And on top of that, any damage
You
she
mean literally like
receives,
any god?
yeah, pretty much, yeah, taking God to the literal sense. But more importantly, uh, she has a connection now for worshippers. Any damage she receives, her worshippers will receive as well. And yeah, this is a bit inconvenience for Thor. But I kind of like how Thor had to respond, like saying, "Hey, I'm not just all about the strength and the lightning. You know what else I'm a god of? The
Himbo.
wind, the winds. Damn."
I thought he was
Yeah,
gonna
you
say
can.
like farmers or something, because that makes sense.
No, not. Well, you need to use a power that
Which
won't
Jake,
cause
can
direct
y'all tell
harm
me if the picture
to
is
her.
that
I know some Norse mythology. I know it's good.
Gotcha. But
Just look,
anyway,
Wind was not a part of the
which
description.
Jake? Can you tell me if the picture is a head or how?
Okay, hold on. Let me go to Discord real quick.
it looks like a Mega Man Star Force villain, but no one with a.
hmm
Okay,
That,
I
looks
think I'm
pretty
looking
that
at
does
it
cool.
not
right now.
answer the
So the
question.
Vatican, we're at the Vatican. Head owl. Okay, Austin, real quick. What do you think this is?
It's out.
Okay, do you
A
know the
gold.
character of Nanny from the Hellions book? Do you know that character? Do you know the character of Nanny?
For what?
She was in the Hellions book.
I
She looked like an egg with
I believe
lips. Okay, that's what that looks like, just with wings. Let me
they got
let
wings and
me put the
talons and
picture.
a giant face that looks like an owl.
It kind of looks like an owl fused itself with Nanny.
hmm
Yeah, we're gonna call it a win. I win.
It's an owl.
Anyway, Critter, you can
It's a
Hold
continue.
on.
golden head to me. Okay, so while Thor is
Don't
dealing with
disrespect me
her,
with that. That is a
all the way,
glorious bird woman.
you're all the way in Sydney, you have this one like almost like a Grim Reaper type of final boss, right? Turning every turning everybody into the undead, running mayhem across the cities, and that's what Scarlet Witch has to come in and deal with him. He kind of looks like a scarecrow with a noose, though. But anyway, this is actually beneficial to him because he actually one of his powers is to bring up the fear of whoever he's facing. And in Wanda's case, it is Chthon, the demonic entity that formerly possessed her. So you're like, oh damn.
The creature that creates and the creature that created and owns the Darkhold.
Yep, there you go. It's coming to life. So take a look at that. A villain that can literally bring your worst fears to life. You know?
Oh my god!
Well,
Oh, I had a gas mask.
yep. And while this is going down all the way in Toronto, it's being attacked by this one artistic entity from the Twilight Court who basically has the powers of for all you One Piece fans, there's this one character in the Blackbeard crew who ate the island fruit, right? Where he becomes one with the island. That's basically what this character has. He became one with the city, and Iron Man has to fight a city now.
I love
Woo!
how all your references are just One Piece stuff.
Like, have you
Yeah,
ever
And
seen
Jake
One
with
Piece?
that no idea.
No, we haven't seen One Piece.
that's what I kind of like. It's like creative powers, and see having the Avengers having to fight all these beings. That was
Yeah,
pretty
this is
good.
probably the yeah. That's it's pretty fun. The
Yeah.
look at it, read.
Yep, everybody's finding their own final boss. And it's not looking good for the three heroes. And while this is going down, you have Captain America and Black Panther, right? They're trying to use this opportunity to go to their spaceship, to the villain's spaceship, and sinking bombs with at key locations to destroy it, while the Avengers, do their best to face off against them, right?
Yeah, before you keep
Unfortunately,
going,
yeah.
I want people to know this Black Panther is wearing a cloak and markings and stuff because he's been kicked out of Wakanda. I just find it funny that the whole book is supposed to be about protecting Wakanda from the outside and inside by sneaking and stuff, but he's out here with the Avengers like every day.
And with very minimal resources. He doesn't have the resources of
Yeah,
Wakanda anymore. So, wow.
Yeah,
he's with the Avengers and
sucks
all
to
their
suck.
tech, but doesn't have any resources apparently. He's literally running around with a regular spear and like 4 kunais.
Sucks to suck, I guess. I don't know. If you could figure out how
Yes.
to use them, then good.
Yeah, you work with what you got. All right. But anyway,
no complaints here. No complaints here. I get it.
so anyway, as they are like setting up their bombs, that's when they hear a voice, but saying, "I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that's incorrect." What the? You had who's there? And the person says, "I am. I had another name once, but now I'm called the Impossible City." Yeah, turns out their
The
home.
city itself.
It turns out the Twilight Court's home base is alive. Oh boy! And
Also, for people not reading, I want to point out that Thor is in his classic uniform, and Iron Man's in all silver and blue type armor, or silver and black.
Mhm. Yeah,
I'm going through the comic now to keep up with you. I just noticed that.
I like Iron Man's design, and you know what? I'm okay with Thor going back to
It looks
classic.
great.
You know,
I'm
yeah,
not going back to classic. I just don't know where this is in the timeline anymore. Is he still the king of Asgard type of situation? I have to go back to the first issue.
I know, but hey, we touched on this before. But if you have a good idea, then I guess they could let you squeeze by with continuity. And
Yeah, maybe he just want to change his clothes. Who knows?
yeah, for all we know, like T'Challa probably had like a Black Panther suit he left in the locker room when he was with the Avengers. You know. So yeah, audience, if you want a good Avengers book, read this. If you want to see a good depiction of Carol Danvers, read this. It, yeah, it's a
Want
good.
to see Avengers fight people with unique powers, so they don't just instantly beat through bullshit? Read this.
Yeah, it's a good book. I think it's
Never forget, the last book had Avengers beating gods and celestials casually.
the last Avengers book by Jason Aaron. Literally was throwing as many multiverse concepts as possible.
Because that won't get stale.
Yeah, the
He
multi.
started the book with them beating 20 to 30 celestials, straight up god level beings. At the end of the book, with them fighting Doom, who had like the Doom of Doom or something, a Doom who was like the god of everything or something. It was weird.
You had the
I don't remember what his
multiverse.
name was. It was confusing.
You had the multiverses of Dooms. You had the multiverses of Captain Americas. You had the multiverses of Mephisto. I'm pretty sure there are more multiverses, but that's all I can name off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was the one above Doom because he had the powers of literally everybody other god, or the one above Doom, or the Doom above all, or something.
Yep. But yeah, that's Avengers, audience. You have any more thoughts, Austin?
No, I really like this book. Carol is very enjoyable here. Every Avenger gets their moment so far with these 1v1 fights.
Yeah, Captain America had a really awesome moment in issue 2, audience. Just to let you know.
Yeah, but if you like any of these characters, you just gotta enjoy reading them. Everyone's written great here.
Yeah, thank Jed McKay for that. Mm-hmm.
No, thank me.
Ooh.
No, thank me.
Yeah, let's thank
We want to thank you for being a good editor, Jake, and we're waiting to say that thank you.
Oh, yeah, well.
All right, but anyway, enough talks about Avenging.
Wait, hang on, Cryptid. You are at the pace we're going. You are dangerously close to failing your deadline. I just want you to know.
Gotcha.
So.
All right, let's
What are you
talk
talking
about Peacemaker. Do you really want to? Do you really want to taste it?
Yeah, but there's only 2 months left.
That's a
Can
middle.
we get to the topic, please? I know you love this theme song, but we gotta
Yeah,
keep on.
we have 2 topics left, and he's gonna sing a whole song and waste all this time.
For real, like we all want to go to sleep Cryptid.
Okay. Let me talk about Peacemaker. Okay, in case the audience needs recap on what's
You want
going
to go see?
on.
I only take to watch Ultraman.
Okay, so anyway, Peacemaker, he got a new dog named, he calls him Bruce Wayne because he looks like he's wearing a tuxedo like Bruce Wayne. And unfortunately, the dog gets kidnapped by the Brain and his gorilla boyfriend. The villains from Teen Titans Go. Don't think too much on how it's possible for
Don't
an actual brain and a living, breathing
worry about it.
gorilla to
Don't worry
be,
about it, okay?
you know.
The brain and Monsieur are
But there's
doing
nothing to
just
think
fine.
about. For to be in a relationship, you don't have to be sexual. It doesn't really think about it. They like
Like
each other.
for real,
I'm
like
like,
yeah, relationships don't need to be sexual to be a relationship. Like
What do
damn.
you think? What do you think is going? What do you think the brain's going to do first when he gets his clone Deathstroke body?
yeah,
Don't worry about
then
it.
it'll get sexual. That's the point. It don't have to be sexual now.
Okay,
For real. Like things
but
take time, bro. Like why are
okay,
you
but
judging?
okay, but anyway, that's what the brain's plan was to hire Peacemaker to go retrieve the DNA of Deathstroke's pubic hair to clone a body out of.
That's so specific.
Yep. So they got it, and of course, the gorilla backstabs Peacemaker, and that's where we're left right now. Peacemaker has to team up with a former World War II hero by the name of Red B, who's just a really skilled fighter
Red
who
bean?
has, yeah, Red B, who
Oh,
who's
I
just
said
a
bean.
who's just a really skilled fighter who also has a one single trained bee sidekick, an actual bumblebee.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so anyway, here we have this issue where they found some intel and they discovered where the brain and the gorilla are hiding out, right? So you have Peacemaker calling up Amanda Waller because he's gonna need some backup. He can't do this all on his own. So he gives Amanda Waller a call, telling her, I need the assistance of Task Force X right now. And Amanda's like, they're deep undercover already in a top secret government assignment. And then Peacemaker's like, Bruce Wayne
Undercover.
has been kidnapped. Or something like that. A covert operation. They're busy. They're doing a
No,
serious
you're
mission right
probably
now.
right.
How
No, you're
serious we
probably right.
Yeah.
talking?
Yep.
You're probably right. They just usually don't go undercover. They just show up and start killing people.
Yeah.
Usually,
Gotcha. But and then Peacemaker says Bruce Wayne has been kidnapped, and Amanda's like, "Wait, Bruce Wayne? You mean the Bruce Wayne? Call." She goes off to the other people in the office, like, call in Task Force X. We got another suicide mission to go to. Bruce Wayne, the billionaire, has been kidnapped. Oh man, this was a complete misunderstanding. And Peacemaker's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for this, Amanda Waller. You have no idea what this means to me. We get to save my dog." And Amanda's like, "Wait, what? You named your dog Bruce Wayne?"
Why not?
Yep. And Peacemaker's like, "Yeah, and I'm so grateful that you're taking this so seriously enough to bring in the team. I'm having a barbecue next weekend," and then Amanda Waller immediately hangs up.
I would I would have had Task Force X kill him. I'm not. That's not even a joke.
Funny enough, Amanda
Old
Waller,
Amanda Waller would have ordered his death for that.
funny enough, Amanda Waller opens up her desks and, she has all the kill switches in front of her. She's really struggling not to push the kill switch for Peacemaker. Same way, Peacemaker realizes, okay, it's just gonna be him and Red B on this assignment. So yeah, they head to the Amazons. Uh, Red B's sidekick, the bee is actually really thrilled to be in the Amazons because hey, this is a great place for an insect. And Peacemaker is like, yeah, just be careful. There's a lot of dangerous and poisonous things out here. And that's when Killer Bee notices like a bunch of those really poisonous frogs are crawling all over Peacemaker. And you're like, the ones that like if you touch once you'll die or something like that. The ones you see in the Amazon. The Peacemaker's like, don't worry. You don't think we're coming to the Amazons? You don't think I would have brought my anti venom helmet with me? I just love how Peacemaker has a helmet for every sort of situation.
Iron Man has
They don't.
Tell me, you explain to me what this helmet's gonna do if he get bit.
Administer anti venom in his body or whatever. Like.
Iron Man
Look like
has
you shoot out a needle or just go straight to his brain.
No, gas, needle, whatever.
Iron Man has a suit for every.
Also,
That's not.
he'll have to know which venom or toxin it is to do that.
Yep.
They're not going to do a be-all cure-all for toxins.
No, this isn't for toxins. This is specifically for venom.
Yeah, for venom, it depends on what snake you're getting bit by and how much it is.
In this case, it's poison specifically from the Amazons.
That's like 10,000 snakes.
Let Peacemaker have this one. And Jake, to go back to your Iron Man point, does Iron Man have an armor that repels an antidote for venom?
I don't know. He has
literally every armor because the snake's not going through the venom.
Yeah.
I mean, getting through the armor.
Also, I'm pretty sure
it's not touching.
I'm pretty sure celestial armor suit. I'm pretty sure we have a celestial suit. Venom gets covered. All right, I'm sorry.
Okay. Does Tony have an armor that shrinks people's dicks?
Yeah.
He's rich enough. Well,
no. He actually does. He has the pim particle that he can shrink his own robots down to miniature size, or he can shrink people. He can shrink your dick if he wanted to. That is from the run when he dated Walker.
Okay, does he have a armor that shoots a fuck beam?
I'm sure he does.
I would have. Sure. He probably did.
I'm sure we went far back, and even so, he could.
No concrete evidence of that.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Peacemaker has his anti-venom helmet on. I just like how each helmet can only do one task and one task only. But unfortunately, the two suffer the unfortunate circumstance of running into a drug cartel business going on in the Amazons. They get captured, and it turns out this drug cartel is actually working with the brain, and they actually have a hired gun with them. Oh, this is a key issue because we have the debut of a new villain, and the villain's name is Snowflake.
Okay.
So this is the guy from the Marvel New Warriors? Okay.
Oh, guy from New Warriors? They specifically said they specifically said that Snowflake was going to be a non-binary person.
We don't talk about that.
Okay,
okay? But you know his character we do like. Be negative.
Yeah, but we're here to talk about Snowflake. Well, he might as well have been called Snowflake. It was obvious the writer wanted to call him Snowflake, but they had to change it to Snow Flames.
Isn't that the name of like a DC villain?
I don't think it's this sort of DC villain that you're talking about because honestly, Snowflake is a more appropriate name for this character because you come to find out that he's really into the snow stuff.
Like,
okay.
What are you talking about? What is he doing with the snow?
Right, yeah, like you're just saying things. I need
cocaine, Mary Jane's, drugs.
Dude, like, come on, you should have figured this out already, man.
Like
you
literally
didn't say anything.
Like
you say he was like a super villain. I didn't think cocaine was the first thing. My bad.
You guys should have known. There's also an AIDS vampire. I don't know what you want from me, man.
Let's see. I'm gonna post up a picture for you guys. Look here.
There is a supervillain that does cocaine, and there's also a supervillain that gives people AIDS. I don't know what you want from me, man.
Okay, I just posted a picture up for you guys on Discord, by the way. So half his face is literally covered in cocaine, and I'm pretty sure his hair is all cocaine right now.
It probably is. Not gonna lie
Yeah.
to you there.
So he's really into all that stuff. So this is the perfect villain for peace. You know, what disrupts peace better than drugs? You know,
Why does he draw like nuke?
Woo!
huh?
They look like nuke. They look like nuke for Marvel Comics and drag.
No. He doesn't have the American
Or
flag
dressed up like an
tattooed
old
to his
president.
face. Now he looks like a
Yeah, instead
WWE
he got
wrestler,
cocaine powder.
honestly.
It's the same person.
Yeah. But anyway, so eventually Peacemaker and Killer Bee, they do escape their handcuffs with the help of the Bee sidekick. Cause yeah, that is a well-trained bee, I might add. Like you see flashbacks of Red Bee giving the bee an actual workout. It's pumping an actual weight lift. So it was
You got
able
30
to
minutes
jimmy
of
the.
time, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so it unlocks the handcuffs of Peacemaker and Red Bee. So they fight against the drug dealers and this stuff. Of course, Killer Bee and his bee sidekick are fighting against the drug dealers, while Peacemaker is left with Snowflame. And wouldn't you know it, he actually does have superpowers. Apparently, the more cocaine he sniffs up, the more energy emitting white gas he emits from his hands. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So this wasn't looking good for Peacemaker up until the bee actually carries and passes over Peacemaker's pistol to him. You know? Man, all the strength that bee has. So anyway, yeah, the fight commences. Snowflame is running low on power, so he goes to his stash and snorts up as much cocaine as possible, only for it to be revealed that Peacemaker snuck in one of those poisonous frogs inside the pile of cocaine. And
Ah,
yeah, he fully ended up snorting a whole frog into one of his nostrils.
oh
So you're like,
god, not a whole frog.
oh man,
For reference, people, he talking about a poison dart frog.
there you go. So yeah, that's the beginning and the end of Snowflame, everybody.
So he went out. You
Ooh.
could say he went out in a blaze of glory.
Yay. He went out doing what he wanted, snorting poison, snorting the bad stuff. But anyway, so the issue ends with with the brain and the gorilla in front of the clone Deathstroke's body. So yeah, look forward to that, people. And yeah, that's how the issue ends.
Okay.
Go peace.
Yeah.
You know, it's the next issue. Don't open up with like hot graphic gay sex. It's gonna get downvoted.
Gotcha. If there's gonna be hot graphic gay sex, you gotta take the fuck beat for that.
Oh Jesus Christ.
All right. Go ahead, Austin. Your turn next.
An issue I only cared about because of one part, but let's start off from the beginning, I guess.
Huh?
King Tombstone.
Wait,
bring-
whoa.
Tombstone comes up to the meeting.
Time out,
Nope.
There's
I
a
will
topic.
introduce it later.
Okay, so you know, there's a topic before this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, there was one called Weapons of Vengeance #1. Does anyone care about that?
No.
Austin did.
I can do it. It's real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's literally just Wolverine giving overhead story about how him and Johnny Blaze are similar. They're both kind of loners, and people who hang with them get hurt a lot. Any family relationship they have usually just falls apart. And then he starts talking about this story of how once a woman named she was a daughter. I don't forgot her name. A woman brought a kid named Brandon to the X-Men mansion. People around him seem to die a lot. They thought it was a mutant ability. Turns out it's supernatural.
Oh,
The kid sees Nightcrawler and Kitty. He really likes them. He wants to stay. Xavier's like, nah, y'all got to get out. Xavier looked at this kid's brain.
They kick him out
Xavier
because he's not a. They kick him out because he's not a mutant. Wow.
Yeah, the school is for mutants.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Why don't just be?
But
Why don't you let
no.
any
But
superpower person in? Come on.
not only what man, they ain't let Spiderman stay at their school. Okay, he's good enough to teach, but he couldn't stay when he needed help.
Yeah.
But Xavier tried to look in the kid's mind because he's a pervert, creepy dude who like just going in people's heads.
Mhm.
Something attacks him. Xavier falls to the ground. Wolverine's about to kill this kid. Like he is not playing around. This is not current day with Krakoa or anything era. This is like back in the day. Because they're still at the house.
Okay.
But Xavier sends the kid and the woman away. The kid sneaks out. Well, no, she takes the kid back to the orphanage. The kid's an orphan. He accidentally killed his parents. We don't know how yet. But they go look for the kid. They hear a loud noise and they see blood dripping to the floor. And in the room, it's like a statue of meat made for human people. All the orphans
God.
in the school and this place have been turned into like a statue of meat. And I don't want to show that picture. I really don't. And then the kid runs out the window and he goes all the way back to Xavier's mansion. How did he get there in one night? I don't know, but he did it. Maybe she stayed close by. I don't think they specified because it seemed like he came from far away. But he shows back up at the door. Kitty probably opens the door. The kid immediately loses control of whatever supernatural thing is attacking him. And he starts backhanding people left and right. And then Wolverine starts fighting him. But that's not really important. Now we cut to Johnny. I kind of wanted to split it into two parts because it was kind of intercutted at first, but it was just too much going on.
Okay.
Johnny, for some reason, they're doing like showing his origin story again. People don't know Johnny Blaze is a daredevil. He has a girlfriend. His mentor just died. The guy who helped him, get into daredeviling and all that. He's about to do his big stunt of jumping over the flaming buses, which I think is like 13 of them.
Yeah.
He falls. As he's falling, he sees an image of Mephisto. The girlfriend runs over there to help him, and his face starts catching on fire. So this is after he already dealt with the devil. Obviously, his face starts catching on fire because he can feel the demonic child fighting the X-Men. And he pulls up on his motorcycle. He's ready to try to kill him. Wolverine starts fighting Ghost Rider because all he sees is a monster. He's like, this is their first meeting apparently, which I don't believe. I'm pretty sure we already had their first meeting before.
Yeah.
But all he sees is this monster with a flaming skull. Wolverine tries to kill him. Ghost Rider just immediately just beats him. Ghost Rider's not playing around. He gets the chains out. He has Wolverine spread eagle. This looks bad. I'm actually going to pedal it. But it's a bad whooping. And then they're realizing, hey, yo, we need to go stop that kid. Because the kid done ran off as a giant monster.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both that ends with a picture of them both just riding their motorcycles down the street. It's just pretty straightforward. The whole thing is like narrated by Wolverine, this issue. That's really it.
Okay, it's a lot more graphic than I thought it was going to be honest. When he said all that meat.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff I wanted to show, but I didn't want to gross all out.
Hey, you guys heard about that
The art's
Spiderman
amazing,
issue
though.
where there's that wedding or some shit?
Nah, before we get to that, Austin, you had another book you want to talk about?
No?
Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay.
I told you I wasn't going to do that.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
I
want to talk about
Spider-Man. You don't want to talk about it. You don't care about these people.
You
You can't even name who's getting married. Only I know.
No. It's what's his fucking name? Randy. Is it Randy's? Randy and the fucking Tombstone's daughter or some shit.
Oh wow!
Close
Yeah.
enough.
You only know.
I'll let it slide, but that's not their names.
Okay, but I
Randy
knew.
Randy is his first name. That's it.
Okay.
It basically starts off Tombstone walks to a room. After Kingpin left the city, this whole part, like the beginning of this Spider-Man run, Tombstone took over, and that's why he had this whole situation with Spider-Man trying to beat him and all the other stuff. We gave probably Spider-Man the worst embarrassing ass kicking he had in a long time. Because apparently Spider-Man can't break titanium now, but whatever.
Yeah.
You're retcons because of a story. Or whatever. He's talking to the Kingpins. He's like, my daughter's wedding coming up. Kingpin might be back. I want it to go smoothly. And then we need to do something about Kingpin. Because Krakoa, that whole Krakoa thing went down and it messed up. So Kingpin probably just going to come right back here. Hammerhead's like, bro, yeah, we heard. We already know. And we're going to try to kill him eventually. Yeah. So this is the premise for Gang War. This whole issue starts on the Gang War situation.
Yeah, but
everybody's here from Madame Mask, who was the Iron Man villain. Mr. Sinister's in the background. The bunny White Rabbit's here for some reason. She's not a Kingpin. She sucks.
I kind of find it funny that
Black Lady is.
Yeah, I kind of find it funny that, like, Tombstone, on top of the meeting business, he also wants all the heads of the of the Kingpins in New York to be at his daughter's wedding.
Of course, it's better. He's doing it because his own words. I need to keep an eye on y'all, and I tend to lose my soft touch when I get suspicious of people.
Yeah, that can backfire greatly.
So
yeah.
Hammerhead and all these other people. No, it's not even backfire. There's a huge issue with that part that I'll get to later.
Okay.
Basically, you see that Hammerhead and Madame Mask are scheming. You don't know what the plan is. They're scheming.
Yeah.
It goes to the bachelorette party of what you about to say?
I was about to say this is a double-sized issue. This issue itself was like $10, so there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about.
If you pay for it, you're a fool, and your patrons are not welcome. Anyway, we go to the bachelorette party of Janice Lincoln. Jake, that's her name, by the way, Janice Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you repeat it for me?
Lincoln Jasmine.
Yeah.
Close enough. Some random girls trying to have her bachelorette party here. The bouncer's like, yeah, y'all had a reservation, but someone else took it. It's just some random women.
These weren't random women. Like, she had her own version of the Sinister Six. I think she called them the Squadron or something like
you are
that.
jumping ahead. That is not where I'm at.
Huh?
You're ahead of him.
The issue starts with random women trying to get their reservation, and they find their reservation stolen.
Oh,
and then you find out that Janice Lincoln and the Sinister Six stole their reservation. Basically, the Sinister Six here is just the female versions of male Sinister Six members.
Yeah. The Scorpion, the Dr. Octopus from the movies.
Yeah, Lady Octopus. You have Electro, who's just a girl. You have White Rabbit, and I forgot who the other person is. And Janice Lincoln is the beat.
Trapster.
I'm never going to remember her name. That is not a good name.
Well, Trapster was a very goofy character, a villain. Like, his whole weapon is literally glue, right? But this version of Trapster, spelled Trapstr. She's more of an, how can I say it? Not hipster, I think it's the best word for it. She knows how to trap people. No, I guess you could say that. She traps people online and that stuff. Yeah.
But
let's put it that way.
My point is, her name isn't good. Okay, she needs to do better.
Okay.
But these people, Janice and I'm having fun. It cuts to Peter and Randy's bachelor party. Peter's been busy in the dumps, so he didn't invite any of their friends. No one's here.
No, what it was is that Peter forgot to ask it. Forgot to call in all of
Oh,
I
His
know.
Honor's friends,
That's what I said.
the guests.
No. All right, keep going. That's all I remember hearing. But go ahead. Go ahead. I
I'm
might be.
literally reading the issue as I tell you.
Yeah, no. Go
So
ahead.
whatever you're hearing,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You
Go
know.
ahead.
hey, listen to me. Listen to me. You go find those people. And you tell them to stop,
Okay.
especially if it's Joel.
Oh, do you say it wrong?
But Peter, Randy and him are at the bar. He's asking him, so what about Cody? What about Blank? What about all the other people went to school with? Peter's like, well, I kind of forgot to call them. I've been kind of busy. So no one else is here. Randy
It's
is understandably
depressing.
frustrated. For some, because this writer is an idiot, Black Cat shows up to this party, even though she has no relationship with Janice. Janice just randomly
Yeah.
invited her to the bachelor party. And even the other systems like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think you could tie it in with White Rabbit, since there was that story arc in the Spider-Man, in the Amazing Spider-Man, where Peter and Black Cat did
I
confront,
mean, when they got her
did
arrested,
help out. Yeah, but still, she's a villain. She could break
that
out,
doesn't
you
change
know?
that doesn't change the fact that she didn't call her. Janice called her.
Oh, okay. Well,
It
okay,
literally
just
like,
move on.
look, Felicia walks up. She's like, I'm looking for Janice and Lincoln with a question mark. Because she doesn't even recognize what Janice looks like, apparently. Even though Janice is right in front of her. Felicia thanks her for, Janice thanks her for coming. And she like, grab a drink. It's my special day tomorrow. And
Oh, and
and
keep,
Black has confused. She's like, it's your bachelorette party? Because she had no idea where she was here. Like, she literally just randomly invited this girl to something and then tell her what it was.
oh, and keep this in mind. Like, all the other supervillain friends are like, "Oh, should we have Black Cat with us? She's teaming up with
They're
Spider-Man
saying she
now,
runs
so
with
that
Spider-Man. We need to get her out of here. And then we're not dancing
yeah,
with her. All of them to
yeah,
cut to them dancing with her because they're women.
yeah."
That's how it comes
Though
off.
that
It's just like, oh, well, we're having fun now, so none of that history matters. And all the time she put us in jail or knocked our teeth out, it doesn't matter right now.
we're drinking, they have their dresses and makeup on. They're rocking the night. So
The Trapster and White Rabbit aren't really dancing. And you see that you can tell they don't like each other, apparently. They
yeah,
both call each other jerk and nerd, and they walk off. Peter and Randy are going back and forth with their conversation, but Randy just frustrated with Peter. To be honest, that's his whole side of the book is.
the bar was depressing. Honestly, it wasn't even a fancy bar. It's like one of those junky sort of bars. No real
They
excitement
could at
or
least
anything like
took
that.
him to Daredevil's bar.
Or I don't know, maybe go to Hooters. I don't know.
Or just don't do anything you know Randy likes to do. Just randomly brought him to a bar you had no plan.
Okay.
But
Well,
the girls are just going wild. They're trying on clothes. They're about to go put on their costumes to go run wild outside, which should really get their should end with them getting beat up, but it doesn't. I'm telling you now, superheroes are not going to care that you have a bachelor party. You start destroying cities.
yeah.
But
Oh, and
Randy and
again,
Peter are going through their sad moment. They see someone else having fun at their bachelorette party, and Randy just breaks it down for Peter. This, you did what you always do, Peter. You make this night about you. It's supposed to be about celebrating something for me, and somehow your life just always gets in the way when you want
For
to do
real,
stuff for people.
Peter. Like, not everything's about you.
hmm
There's a
You show
perfect
you show up
TikTok
late.
audio I would like to use for this, but I'm not gonna do that.
yeah.
Too
You
tight.
show up late. You show up early. You make everything about you tonight. Every time we talked about something, it always came back to you. I just wish you was. I gave you this chance because I wanted you to step up as a friend for one time, and then
For
he
real,
leaves
get
them.
your shit together.
You know these lessons that Peter should already learn for writers are bad.
Hey, there's
The
a
super
reason
villain
that.
does. Yeah,
Go
there's a
ahead.
reason, but don't change the fact that it's because they're a bad writer. Peter learned these lessons multiple times. The super villainess are just destroying back alleys, having fun.
Yeah, they decide to go back in their costumes and just go wild for the rest of the night.
I would too.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah. No, you wouldn't, because you will get beat up. If it was any
You
other
don't
day,
know that.
any other actual book, you would have got stumped into the ground.
You don't know that.
You better hope that
I have
you
acid
better hope the
one.
Avengers are fighting that Kang threat right now.
I have acid. What are they gonna do? Nothing.
But-
What? Cap's
but-
gonna throw his shield at me? I'm just gonna melt it with acid. I don't know what you want from me, man. I have that wand
Well, we
for
only
a
got 10
reason.
minutes left. I'm going to speed through some of this. Janice and Black Cat have a talk because she's kind of worried about getting married, and she kind of re-encouraged her. Peter goes back to the bar and drinks by himself. Randy comes back, and they kind of reconcile what he really shouldn't do. Peter deserved that talking to, bro. Peter let you down every time you ever been to book with.
Peter needs therapy.
Peter
They were
talks
actually
to Black Cat. Black Cat breaks up with him
no,
because he's being moody.
Wait, Austin. Before we get to that, it was actually
Bro,
revealed.
I'm trying to meet your deadline. You are overrunning this time.
No,
For
it's
real?
not a
Let
deadline.
Austin finish.
It's not a deadline. It was just a suggestion. All right.
It's still a deadline. We got things to do.
No. Okay, but anyway, like it was later revealed that Peter actually did call in Randy's friends. But here's the thing. They're all aware that Randy is about to marry the daughter of Tombstone. Even though you're a friend, do you really want to attend a wedding with a known crime boss who's likely going to be bringing in other
I
crime
was saving
bosses?
that for later because it brings up my problem with that wedding.
Oh, okay.
You guys
Anyway, Black Cat breaks up with Peter because he's being moody, even though he was moody when they got together.
No. Black Cat breaks up with him after the talk she has with with the Beetle.
I know. I brought up earlier.
Yeah.
With her and Jadis, they talk because Jadis worried about her wedding and Black Cat's worried about other stuff, and they kind of talk to each other issues.
Yeah.
But she breaks up with him, and her reason that she gave him is because he's acting moody, and she wanted a boyfriend, not a project.
Yeah.
The conversation is not better that way. The part is they did all this stuff to have Peter quote unquote move on to backtrack again.
For real, Peter, you need some professional help, and that's coming from me.
Well, he needs to either quit being Spiderman or leave New York.
Yeah.
Randy comes home. He's you have like a villainous eyes in the door. Turns out his girlfriend who's drunk. He tackles him. She picks him up. They start dancing. They go in the house. They probably have sex.
Yeah.
My problem. Okay, that's my problem with this wedding. Jake, there are over 25 actual supervillains who are trying to murder each other and hate each other at this wedding. Guess what Peter did?
Sat there and did nothing.
He brought in Ant-Man.
Oh my god.
Oh, he did that.
Why? Come on, man.
Betty Brant is also here, which is kind of funny. But Hammerhead and I want to say his girlfriend, she walks with him. Hammerhead shows up. He talks to Peter. They have a little conversation. Hammerhead thinks Peter's like the guy who got to park their truck around. He gives his man some money. And he gives him money for the rental tux, as he said. Which it is a rental tux, but you don't need to call him out on that. Randy and his dad have a cool little conversation. He tell him how he's proud of him. He's about to go get married. All the supervillains are trying to pile in. Tombstone walks Janice down the aisle, and it's kind of funny because Tombstone's like pasty white, and his daughter's black, so it looks kind of funny visually on the screen.
Hey. Don't judge him too much.
There's not a problem. It just looks funny because he's like 6'6", and he's like Harley Quinn white. But the moment Randy takes Janet's hand as she walks up the aisle, Crypty, who was this guy on the motorcycle? I did not know who this was.
It was just a random mercenary, honestly. He just crashes the wedding and starts firing off at Tombstone. And guess what?
Why can't we just have a nice wedding for once? Like, just one nice wedding.
They can't have a nice wedding because Tombstone was an idiot and invited every crime boss here, and he threatened every one of them to their face. So, of course, we're crime bosses. We're not going to sit here and take.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Tombstone is like, yeah, I'm bulletproof. What are you going to do about it? Oh, he actually has bullets that go against bulletproof skin. So, wow.
Yep. So starts bleeding. It's basically the Luke Cage gun. If anyone's seen Luke Cage, there's bullets that
Yep.
kind of hit you and start spinning and drill into your chest. That's basically
The
what it is.
Judas.
Yeah, the Judas bullet. Peter grabs Aunt May and tells her to stay in front of him. Then he just kind of pushes her and gives her like, Betty Brant. Betty also has her child here. It's like, what are you doing? You didn't tell. No, you didn't warn anybody. Aunt May's here and there's a girl with a child that you know. Peter apparently just pushes Aunt May into Betty's hands and then put on his Spider-Man suit. He takes care of the mercenaries, Madame Mask, and gets into a car. And she's accusing Hammerhead of hiring a mercenary. He's like, that wasn't my move. He walks away. The car starts driving away. And he says, this was my move. And he blows up the car with Madame Mask in it. So she should be dead.
Oh.
Yep.
And then him and his girlfriend drive away. Peter still finds this no-name mercenary somehow. I don't know how it's still going on. But as that goes on, Peter starts trying to chase this dude down. We cut back to the wedding. The police are asking Janice about, what's going on, all this stuff, because they know she's a supervillain. She's like well known as a criminal. Randy gets in the car with his dad. Peter shows back up afterwards. I guess he catches the villain. It literally ends with him kind of chasing the guy, and it looked like he tried to pull him up on the tree. But Aunt May's like, I couldn't find you, Peter. I was so scared. And he was like, how can I be so stupid? I'm asking the same thing. I'm asking the same thing. You've been through this multiple times. Stop putting bad writers who don't know the history of Spider-Man on this book. Please. Even the casual history. He convinced himself that his friend could just marry into a supervillain and have all these supervillains at this wedding, and there'll be no problem. And he says, oh, it's a mistake I won't make again. You have made the mistake 3 times now. But he's like, oh, I don't think it's going to end today. And that's the lead into the gang war book. After that, you have Peter and Kamala. And he basically just tells Kamala, hey, yo, you saved the world. You were great. You were amazing. She's like, I'm an X-Men now.
Jesus Christ, I saw that and I cringed so hard.
She keeps saying X-Men with pride.
And then she gets up and like, hot dog. I saved the world multiple times. Like, you said hot dog. You don't say hot dog.
This is what I kind of like. This is what I kind of like what I thought was funny when Peter was like telling her how Kamala died and this and that, and Kamala's like, "Wait a minute, I saved the world. I'm not going to remember that as the moment I died. I'm going to remember that as the moment I saved the world. Oh wow, yay! I'm so awesome, yay!"
But the point is, this leads to Peter taking off his mask and showing that he's Peter Parker to her. I'm very confused about how much she actually remembers. Because realistically, when did Xavier scan her mind before she died?
Honestly,
no one knows. No one can tell you.
Because
it doesn't make sense. She should remember like the last 5 years of her life, for all we know. But he has to explain it all to her. And then she goes over herself again. Oh yeah, I'm an X-Man, by the way. You need me because you call it X-Men. And he's like, all right, then. We got 2 minutes left. I want to meet the 12:30 deadline. I don't want to be alive. Not trying to solve an equation, but he can't solve it. He sees a vision of himself as Superior Spider-Man. He's like, yeah, because you didn't solve it. I solved it because I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And Doc Ock's like, I got to return to being Superior Spider-Man because the writers like it.
He wants to solve the equation. He wants to solve an equation that he only was able to solve when he was superior.
That's the worst we can do. I'd rather try to get back to his girlfriend. Anyway, Mary Jane and the other dude are going through it because they remember they can't get over the kids, so they're kind of falling apart. Every time she do anything, she gets reminded of it. She remembers their feel, their touch. Black Cat comes over and gives her the jackpot suit and cheers her up, tell her like basically, everything gets better. This is the life that you chose. No matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna help people and save people, even if it costs you something.
Face it, New York, you hit.
She puts on her jackpot suit, goes outside, starts trying to save.
Face it, New York, you hit the jackpot.
Spider-Woman came back, and apparently her web of destiny is messed up for some stupid reason, even though it shouldn't be. And now she doesn't know where her kid is, and that's her story leading to the gang war for some reason. I don't know where kid got to do gang wars, Who knows? The writers
Yeah.
probably want to hear here.
Oh, we also get a Spider Boy centric
God
story.
damn it! No,
Yeah.
no.
Apparently,
No.
this woman. Apparently, when it comes to wait, stop. Well, apparently, whenever it comes to people being half animal, this woman is involved. I don't know her name. You know her name, Madame
I guess go
Monstrosity,
with
I think.
that.
But Madame Monstrosity, so like she's implying that she had something to do with like Morbius, Rhino,
Scorpion,
Lizard,
all them good stuff. Oh,
Scorpion, anyone who's actually half animal. And she's implying that Spider Boy is one of hers.
You actually get a flash.
We can end the issue here. The rest of this stuff
Mhm.
depends.
So yeah.
Go ahead. You want to say
that's
something?
going to be that's going to be the villain for the Spider-Man for the Spider Boy book. So yeah.
Yeah, the rest is just teaser for other stuff. Apparently, Craven's going to try to fight Peter at some point. He had the Goblin Queen with him for some reason.
He has
she
sex
should
with
be
the
dead.
Goblin Queen.
Good on him, but she should be dead. She got her neck snapped.
No, it was actually revealed.
She had her neck
No,
snapped.
in the
This is in the past, I
in
guess.
Amazing,
But the point
in
is,
Amazing
she's dead
Spider-Man, which was the fallout of the Gold Goblin story, it was revealed that she resurrected in the morgue.
Good. I'm glad I didn't read the issue. Well, he could have told you that first. And you get a T for Spider-Man Reigns 2.
No.
That goes to MJ is hunting old man Peter. Some fat thing that's coming out to try to kill people again. I don't know this deal. We'll see what
fatter
it
Kingpin.
But a ghost of Mary Jane is hunting Peter for some reason now of all times.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
That's it. We're a minute behind.
Hey, I didn't mean this to make that like a rule or something. How many times have we gone overboard?
That's
all right.
your fault, man. I don't know what you want from me. I always rush my topics. Regardless.
Alrighty. But anyway, yeah. I mean, that was it for Spider-Man this week. Any thoughts, guys?
Yay, we're finally over with Spider-Man.
Until Austin.
I think this book is actually ruining my life.
I need less Spider-Man topics in my life for at least a month.
Well, Austin has a bunch of Spider-Man stories, so one of them's bound to be good or something for you, man.
I'm only going to read the Craven one, though, because it's interesting to see what Craven does. But I don't care about him on the Goblin Queen. Is he going to have an evil daughter, kid, or something? I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah. Aside from that, that's it, really.
Social time? Socials?
Yes. Go ahead. Plug in them socials, Witch.
Okay, first of all,
you can really do the social beginning. Who's coming all the way to the end of the video to find out where to find
Okay, well, first off, subscribe to the channel because I said so. I won't turn Austin back into a wall unless you do that. 2, you can follow the Twitter at Comic Phanatics 69. I post stuff on there sometimes. You can also follow the Instagram at Comic Fanatic 2.0. I will be posting more of the art on there. I just haven't had the time to. If you just want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun. That's one word with an E instead of a U. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim. And I promise you that is with a U. And Austin does have socials. I'm just not going to tell you. And don't even try to find the other 2. It's not worth it. Also, say happy birthday to Ortho Shroud. It's his birthday today. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Ortho.
Yay. Anyways, that's all.
Audience, do you care about Spider-Man?
No.
If there's a superior in that Spider-Man, yes.
It's all.
Only Cooper Cohen.
Alrighty. Well, that's it for our first live stream on this episode of our episode. So, all right, audience, bid you farewell. Bye.
Leap.
Not